Welcome back to Sissy Maya. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Additionally, consider subscribing to my Patreon to get access to these features, and much more. As I was heading home from my best friend's wedding, a magazine cover on a newsstand caught my eye. The ad featured an online dating service. Although I'd heard about computer dating over the past few years, this was a new concept to me. Once I arrived home, I immediately logged onto the internet. It didn't take long to find the site mentioned in the magazine. The homepage displayed a list of women's names from various countries, each with a brief description of their personalities. What struck me as odd was the absence of any photos. I decided to request a picture via email. I selected a name that sounded like someone I'd be interested in meeting, clicked on it, and the email window appeared. I wrote a brief message asking for a photo and included some information about myself. After sending the email, I printed the page and highlighted her description so I'd recognize her response. I figured that if she sent a photo and I wasn't interested, I could block her email and avoid further contact. Later that evening, when I logged back on, a notification read, "You've got mail." I opened the email from 21-year-old Karen and downloaded the attached photo. She was stunning. At the end of her message were two options, yes or no, asking, "Do you want to meet in person?" I clicked yes, eager to know where and when to meet. I decided to leave the computer on while I changed. I hoped to receive a response by the time I returned. As I left, I didn't notice the screen flickering. Typically, I'd have a hearty dinner like chicken and rice or steak. Tonight, though, I only felt like a light salad. I prepared it and ate slowly, noticing that my nails seemed longer than usual. I need to trim them, I thought. When I returned to the computer, eating a banana, I saw there was still no new mail. As I dropped the banana peel into the trash, I noticed how dusty and dirty the house was. I began tidying up, dusting and vacuuming like a diligent housekeeper. Unlike many of the transformation stories I'd read, the changes to my body were gradual. I didn't realize what was happening until it was too late. It began with my nails growing longer, and if I hadn't been preoccupied with housework, I might have noticed that I was also becoming shorter. Exhausted, I eventually fell asleep on the couch. The next morning, I awoke to find that I still hadn't received any mail. With a sigh, I decided to log off and turn off the computer. I was too tired to notice that my nails were now 3 inches long and painted hot pink, or that my toes matched in the same vibrant color. Clad in a pink robe and slippers, I went to the bedroom, slipped on a pair of silky nylons over my smooth legs, and added a slip and bra stuffed with rolled-up socks. After putting on a blouse and skirt, I finished my look with black 3-inch pumps. Wobbling to the mirror, I adjusted my hair, grabbed my purse, and headed to work. On the subway, a man kindly offered me his seat. As we chatted, I found him quite charming and felt a flutter in my chest. "Would you like to go out with me, miss?" he asked. "Miss?" I thought, as a smile spread across my face and I replied, "Yes." At work, I noticed people staring at me more than usual, though I couldn't understand why. Although I was sure I had worked in an office, I took a seat outside of an office with my nylon-coated legs crossed. I worked on filing, copying, and other secretarial tasks, but I couldn't shake the feeling that I was meant for something more important than just being a secretary. After work, I went home, removed my heels and nylons, and soaked my sore feet for half an hour. As I prepared for my date, I realized I no longer needed socks for my bra. I now had full C-cup chests and a feminine figure. A cold shower made my pointers harden and a wave of pleasure surged through my slender frame. Panic set in when I checked my purse and saw my driver's license. It now said my name was Karen and that I was 21 instead of 25. I also noticed that the Playboy magazine on the table had been replaced by Cosmopolitan and Women's World. The rest of the house had also become much more feminine. When Carl arrived to pick me up, I greeted him with a warm smile as he linked his arm with mine. He took me to dinner and dancing, where he got down on one knee and proposed. Though my mind screamed no,
My mouth said yes. I realized the online dating site had worked even better than I had anticipated. I made a beautiful bride and wondered if the man who caught my garter would be the next to discover the site I had found. It seemed the site's magic had truly worked. By the end of the honeymoon, almost all memories of my previous life as a man had faded. I managed to send this story to one of the TG sites I remembered before the last remnants of my former self vanished. I was now Carl's loving wife, forever.